In this tutorial we're going to take a look at Sinevibes Turbulence CM, which is a cool and very easy to use little sequenced wave shaper plugin that you can use to kind of like spice up your kind of synth loops or beats or whatever you like. So let's start by dragging sineriff.wav onto an audio track in your DAW. Now this is a pure sine tone, so there's no harmonics, just a really simple sound. We're using this sound because it shows you how you can take something with very few harmonics and you can use turbulence to add a lot more kind of harmonic interest in there. So add Turbulence CM as an insert effect on the track. Now when you play the audio back you'll hear Turbulence CM's wave shaping gives the sound quite a different feel. There's a whole bunch of harmonic information in there now, and it gives it a kind of lo-fi, almost FM kind of 80s feel. The step sequencer allows us to create interesting rhythmic patterns. For starters, each of the 16 steps can have a different wave shaping function on it. The blue grid at the top of the interface represents the wave shaping function, and the selected wave shape is highlighted. Start by changing the second half of the sequence to the next wave shaping function, like so. Because the sequencer resolution, which is the value in the bottom right hand corner of the interface, is set to 16th notes and has 16 steps, each wave shape lasts for half a bar. So every 2 beats, the timbre of the output switches between the two wave shaping functions we're using. There are 6 wave shapes to select from, and we can randomize the selection by holding the option button and clicking one of the steps. You can randomize the arrangement as many times as you like. When you're done, hold Apple and drag the cursor up and down the different wave shapes. As you can see, holding Apple sets every step to the same shape. Once you're done listening to the different shapes, set them all to the topmost shape. Next, try dragging the XY pad around. This controls the parameter of the wave shaping curve. Note that all blue parameters are to do with the wave shaping function. The blue fader below the XY is a low pass filter that controls the amount of harmonic content in the input signal. Obviously our sine tone audio doesn't really have any harmonics. We can still hear how it works because when we pull the filter all the way down, it attenuates all but the lowest notes, so we can see that it's working. The orange parameters all control the modulation amount of the wave shaping function, so let's see how this works. Hold Apple and drag the row of orange bars at the middle of the interface all the way down. Now release Apple and turn a few of them up. These bars control the level of the modulation amount, so the taller bars will have more harmonics. The topmost of the horizontal orange faders sets the smoothness level of the modulation amount, so if you turn this all the way up, the taller bars will cause the modulation amount to sweep up and down slowly rather than jumping up and down. Hold Apple and click the top of the bars to turn the modulation level of each step all the way up. Now take a look at the grid below the modulation bars. This is the envelope matrix, and this sets the envelope shape for each step. By default this is set to flat, so it doesn't have any effect on the modulation level. Hold Apple and set the steps to square. This gives us a stuttery gated effect. We can make this effect more slurred by turning up the smoothness fader and change its length using the envelope time fader below that. This length fader has an effect on all the different envelope shapes apart from flat, so it doesn't just work on the square. The fader below the length fader is the swing control. Turning this up introduces a shuffle groove to the proceedings by making the odd steps shorter than the even steps. The orange fader below the XY pad controls the global wave shaping modulation level. So by setting this at maximum negative value, the square envelope changes from a high to low movement to a low to high movement. Finally, you can change the number of steps used by dragging the numbered step at the bottom of the interface.